Alright guys, so let's talk about Myro today here after this huge drop that we've seen recently on Myro. I have a feeling that a lot of people are trapped right now, and a lot of people will need to hear what's going on here with the charts on Myro. Now as you can see, Myro here today is still headed toward that target, that 0.2 cents. Now if you've missed my previous Myro video, I told you that my target is 2 cents, which is basically, guys, now this is Myro on Mexi charts, and Mexi is a big exchange right now. They do have a lot of volume, so this tool basically shows you where most of the volume or where most of the buys happened. Probably around that 0.2 is where most of the people that bought back in here got into Myro. So it's around that 2 cents, and usually the price guys like to come back to those entries and whatnot where people most likely get in. So basically as well, this tool is really helpful with trading Bitcoin and whatnot. And I do see this point of control, which is the yellow line, does get respected a lot. As we can see now, even this blue line, which is the value area high, is kind of showing us a strong resistance, which is none other than that 0.8. And we can see clearly now that in the past this was a top back here when Myro just started this rally, and now here it's became a resistance and we're seeing it pulling back from it. We still have that level here, which is some sort of a mid or a soft support on Myro. As we can see, this was one of the first tops as well back in December on Myro when it just got started, and this guys here is this level. Now this 50, now this we could still see this 5 cents getting hit, price comes back up to that 8 cents, maybe even higher, and then goes back lower to that 2 cents. And I'm gonna explain even more now why I do think this is possibly a very likely scenario to happen. Now look at this, guys. Now this chart here is a textbook bubble pop chart. Basically these kind of charts, they do play out a lot in the crypto space, in high risk investment markets. Usually cryptocurrencies and high risk assets, they do come with a lot of emotions and a lot of hype and narrative, and not so much intrinsic value and not so much real value that is driving the price, and mostly it is hype and narrative. And we can see this here, guys, this textbook blow off top kind of charts, this bubble pops charts. And we do have this one as well. We've probably seen this one somewhere, that Wall Street cheat sheet, which as well represents pretty well that bubble pop that happens often with cryptocurrencies and especially meme coins. So usually we have that takeoff, then we have that first sell-off, the same thing that we see here with Myro. We have that takeoff phase, then that first sell-off, then we have that bear trap and markets drops, and then we have media attention, enthusiasm, and then greed and delusion. And you see the picture, this is where you start to see Myro everywhere on YouTube, you start to see it everywhere on Twitter, everyone is talking about it. This is usually that media attention, enthusiasm, greed starts to creep in. People start to be greedy, people start to think that's it, it's going to the moon. Then they enter the delusion phase, new paradigm, people are screaming new highs, people getting euphoric. Exactly what we see here, guys. Now that bear trap, then pops, then media attention, then greed, then delusion, and then denial. The first denial, the same thing we see here, guys. We have the fear capitulation and the price just goes back down, and this is where we are at right now here, guys. And then usually, guys, when these kind of charts complete and come back to the lows, as we can see here, we have anger, people are gonna start to get angry, depression, and then we have the disbelief phase where the price is gonna start rallying back again, which I think is possibly gonna happen with Myro, and I'm gonna get to that as well. My target here personally is still at 2 cents, and what I think could happen here, guys, it could still play out around here. Now it's just gonna be some sort of an accumulation phase where Myro is not gonna do much, it's just gonna keep going sideways as money flows in into new meme coins. As we can see right now, Pepe Fork is the new meme coin in the space, pulled in. Now it's standing around almost $200 million market cap. It was around 300 at some point, and we've seen with Dog Wave Hat, we've seen many new meme coins that are taking that liquidity, that money. People are selling their Myro and jumping into the next shiny new thing, and this keeps repeating. So what can help Myro here, guys? Now we all know we're headed toward a big bull market, and Myro is listed on major exchanges like KuCoin, Bybit, HTX, BingX, all these exchanges now have probably 90% of their users logged off since the previous bull market. They all lost money, they logged off, and they're gonna come back as soon as they're gonna see Bitcoin on the headlines again, back to 60K. So they're gonna log in and try to see how their portfolios are doing, if they got back their money back or not. But basically, most of them are gonna get onboarded again into the crypto space. And what can get them to buy Myro? That's the way to think now, and the best way to kind of try to predict what can happen in the future. What can get them to buy Myro in the future? Well, the only thing that can get them to buy Myro in the future is basically how well Myro or the Myro team is doing at that time. If the Myro's team is still doing their marketing, which is the most important, they still need to have people talking about Myro. The team should be active on their Twitter page, and as well the hodlers are still believing in the projects, are still talking about the project on Twitter, on YouTube comments, or YouTubers are still talking about Myro. If this happens or keeps happening or stays the same while we get a bull market and people log in onto their exchanges, the likelihood of them buying Myro and starting this hype and euphoria all over again is very high that we see this playing out. So still, for the long term, we could still see Myro pulling in numbers in the future. That is what it is right now. But it is also very important to learn how to get into these meme coins. For those of you right now watching this video, guys, to avoid getting trapped in the future, and as most importantly, to actually catch those big rallies that we see here. Now, recently on my channel, we caught S-Found, we caught Apex. S-Found made a 10x, Apex more than 10x. We caught Bonk at the start of the rally. We caught many coins, and I'm gonna share with you guys my strategy and how I actually invest in these coins and how I try to catch them early on. So basically, guys, I just made for you guys this free short meme coin investing guide, and it all starts, guys, with the market cap. And you should all know about this coinmarketcap.com. You should all know about this website, and you should all kind of start to scroll into that website and check the coins before you get into them, and especially the market cap. As we can see here, Myro is standing at $51 million market cap. Now, you only buy coins below $10 million market cap. You never buy something above 10 million. You can still do 11 million, 12 million, but the best is below $10 million market cap. Consider yourself late if it's above, or wait for it to drop. This is really important because most of them drop. Now, recently on my channel, we caught as well Toshi, and I've seen Toshi at $30 million market cap, and I've been patient throughout 2023 waiting for it to drop, and it dropped to $2 million market cap, and then I got into it, and now it's at $50 million market cap. So they all drop sooner or later. And even with Myro right now, I did not buy any Myro as I got in late and I saw it way around here and it did not fit my investing guide, so I did not buy into it. And look at it right now, it's dropping, and if it goes to the 2 cents, you can bet I'm getting some Myro right around these lows. As it is, I said, it's listed on major exchanges. But back to that guide right now, guys. Now you want to wait for it to drop, as they always do. They always do drop, and there are always new opportunities, so never FOMO. Always remember that, guys. Now you need to have a why. This is really important, why you are buying a coin. Now, knowing why you're buying a coin is crucial to success here, guys. If the answer is someone told me to buy it, don't buy it. If you don't understand why you're buying it and it's just someone told you to buy it, don't buy it unless you really trust them, unless you know they're experts and they know what they're doing and they've successfully managed to pick up some good coins in the past. You do not want to do that. Now, buy it because you see a Bonk-like narrative. Now, we all seen recently Bonk coin rallied because Solana team or the Solana blockchain used Bonk coin to bring in adoption narrative and all that. And now there are many other blockchains that are trying to do the same thing. And the next coin or the next biggest meme coin is possibly not going to be on Solana, and it's possibly going to be on other blockchains. You can watch my previous Myro video. I talked about this as well, or any top 5 meme coins videos that I've made in the past. Now, you should know that your coin should have a narrative or a possible new undiscovered narrative. It should not just be a meme coin and it's just a meme coin. It should either be some new narrative that is a coin and a new kind of blockchain or a huge team is working behind it, like you found out about it, like some new team right now, like Shiba Inu's team kind of launched a new coin and you were one of the first to find out about it, then that's a good why you are buying. And you should always keep that in mind. You should have a strong why you are buying the coin is very important. Now with Myro, also the reasons why I did not buy Myro back then, because I did not have a strong why, as Myro was in the Solana chain and it did not make sense to me why would there be another bone coin on Solana, as Solana already made their money from bone coin and already got that user base from bone coin. So it did not fit my narrative as well. But now as I see it dropping and I see that it has a strong community and it's making some noise, so I do think it has potential in the future, and that's why I will get into it around that 2 cents. Anyways, now the next thing, guys, don't buy pump charts as well here, guys. When I saw this pump, I did not buy it because that's too late. Now if a chart is pumped, don't buy it. You want to buy when it's like bloody like this, red everywhere, is dropping, is dumping, and everyone is scared and in despair, like we see here. People are capitulating. That's where you want to buy into that zone here. Or you want to buy as well into accumulation or after an 80% drop. Just remember that. Now you can always go to that trading view, you can always use that price range tool and you can count how far did it drop. And now we have Myro down 80%, so it does look like a great place to be buying. You don't want to be buying the highs, you want to be buying this. Or accumulation is just when the price is going sideways, like here, guys. Now since Myro put in that high, it took around 23 days where it just was going sideways, no drops, no major highs, no major lows, it's just going sideways. This is usually called accumulation. These are as well good places to be buying. And learning something called dollar cost averaging, or DCA, buy in small portions as the price accumulates or drops. Split your initial investment into 4 parts. Now if you intended to invest $1,000, you want to start with a $100 as your first clip. Like now if you are thinking of buying Myro, your first investment from your 1,000 initial investment that you wanted to put in, it should be a $100, and wait for it to drop again, and then another 200, and then wait for it if it keeps dropping, or if it even reverses from here and take that previous high and it starts looking bullish again, then you put in that 300, and if it drops again back here to your entry, then you put in that last 400. And that's usually how dollar cost averaging, and this at the end manages to keep your entries pretty low. In this way you minimize your losses and as well you maximize your gains. And lastly, and most importantly, which a lot of people did not do, now when you see this delusion, a new paradigm greed, everyone is talking about some coin, usually you want to be thinking about possibly buying. Now do you have some triggers like sell after a major listing, like you see it getting listed on Bybit, Binance, Kraken, or Coinbase. Now any huge exchanges we're gonna see possibly in the future as well, this could be a signal to sell your coins. As you all know, guys, here we are here to make money. We're not here to participate in any cults or any communities. We're here to just make money, and we need to know when to sell. A lot of people did not sell in the previous bull market and just round tripped all their gains and did not make any money. And then you want to enjoy your gains or put that new capital into alpha plays. Now alpha plays are those strong coins that will ride safely into the bull market, that you can hold and not be stressed about it. And those coins could be something like Beam or Arbitrum or RNDR or these strong layer 2 solutions to eat. You see the picture, those big altcoins that are listed on major exchanges and everyone loves, and they have these use cases that people are using those coins. Those are the coins that are called alpha plays, and those where you want to rotate your capital for a last kind of 5x or a 10x play on your initial gains from that meme coin. And now to end this video on a positive note, now a lot of people are possibly now down bad on Myro and are scared. Now there is one thing to keep in mind, is the sell-off is almost done. So if there is no real major rocks and the team really is kind of selling everything and it's done for with Myro, unless that is the case, now I do think the bottom is closed or it's already bottomed. Now does not make sense to be scared here. Now the time to be scared was back here at the highs. This is where it was logically a great time to be scared and try to sell, not at the lows here. Now here most people that understand the charts are gonna be buying, but the only problem here, guys, is the time. Now time cost is gonna be the major drawdown. Now these accumulation zones, they usually take time, guys. They can take up to 200 days, where Myro could just be doing this, just going sideways, not much happening, as people get scared, as long-term holders sell to new holders that buy the lows. It takes time, usually up to 200 days, and it's up to you now if you want to be waiting for up to 200 days until Myro finally kicks back in and picks a new narrative, and then the major bull market starts and people join in onto their exchanges and start looking into new coins. And of course, obviously, we need the Myro team and everyone to be talking about Myro by then. So the only cost here for those that are afraid right now is the time. Your capital is going to be locked in here for 200 days almost, waiting for that next meme coin season to see that rally back up. That's the only problem right now with Myro. It could be taking some time now. It still can on the short term go around that 80 cents or 85 cents just as a last kind of bull trap. Now could play out like an ABC back here, bull trap everyone, and it's usually a kind of a bear flag, and then boom, back down here. This could still play out. Now if you are somewhere here, you can still get out before that major capitulation down here and not waste time for it just going sideways until the next meme coin season. Anyways, guys, that's my opinion on Myro. If you have a different opinion, we would love to hear from you. You can leave it in the comment section. You can as well join my Discord, link in the description. We're gonna close it soon. It's free to join right now. And remember, as usual, this is my opinion. Nothing is financial advice. And for my guys trading derivatives, looking for an exchange where you can trade, you don't need no KYC, no VPN, and you as well become a VIP 5 by using my link below. You get as well a huge bonus on your deposit. Check out FairDesk. I'll leave you the link in the description for those that are interested. And I want to thank you again so much for watching this video. I want to thank you for your support, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.